Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching American Horror Stories, Season 2, Episode 2, Aura. Aura. I kept singing that Gaga song.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
maybe problematic.
Probably.
She talks about wearing a burqa for fashion, and, like, it's...
Not great.
It was 2013. We didn't know any better.
We should have known a little better.
Okay, did you like this one?
I kind of did, yeah.
Let me put it this way. I actually enjoyed the process of watching this episode.
Sure.
Does it hold up to a lick of scrutiny?
No. That's not the question you asked me. You asked me if I liked it, and I said I liked it. This is like 4 different metaphors. It's like it's trying to tell 4 different scary stories, none of which fully succeed. But somehow, as a whole, it's mostly fine.
You know, considering that, and this is a spoiler show, I don't remember if we said that. Considering that at like the minute and 40-second mark, I was like, okay, Max Greenfield's the bad guy. He was not the bad guy the first, second, third, or third way I thought.
So, okay, yes, not the way you thought, because he was a little gaslighty. Even after the point where he sees the man on the camera and he's like, it's obviously a prank. And I'm like,
look,
what the fuck?
I get looking for a logical explanation.
Sure.
It was his certainty.
Yeah.
And the speed at which he was so certain it was a prank,
yeah.
and fine with it. Because let's say that it was. You're dealing with someone who has the means and ability to prank you this way.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
That's scary. That's super scary.
It may not be supernatural, but
sure.
He knew her name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The implications, like I said, upon first viewing, I think it's fine. It was twisty-turny in a way that I wasn't expecting and kept my attention. I think the hokum, the mumbo-jumbo, that this Ring doorbell taps into the quantum realm.
Okay. There was absolutely no excuse or reason for them to be saying the word quantum at all.
They said something about light waves, and I was like, oh, okay, you got me. I'll give you that.
I mean, why didn't we do the actual whole ghosty thing? Like, why didn't we say, like, ectoplasm or something? You know what I mean? Like, quantum didn't need to be anywhere near this.
One of, like, the 4 successful scares in this episode was the little screamy emoji on the YouTube video that she was watching of the guy explaining the quantum physics of it. So if you're following for the plot, we have a always welcome.
Love her.
I don't know if she's always the right choice, frequently the right choice, Gabourey Sidibe.
In American Horror Story, she's always the right choice.
In this marriage to Max Greenfield's Bryce, no explanation that this is a odd couple, but it's great. We're here for it.
I'm super here for it, but I just, like, for my own sanity, I need to know how they met.
Where specifically? Yeah.
Where did you meet? In the nation. Where did this meeting occur?
It was fun. They were in it. She was terrorized as a child by a home intruder that came in her window and shot her parents?
I guess. I was not fully clear to the point that in my notes, I misread it. I am super sick with COVID, so I might have hallucinated, but I thought that it said 20 years later. No. And I was like, what? And then when we cut back to them, I was like, oh, it must have been 20 years prior. And I just misread. I just, like, made my brain see what it wanted to see. But that was what was going to blow my mind completely.
Well, I recall there being gunshots, but then there was never an acknowledgement of her parents being murdered.
Sure.
And so I think it's funny that the fixation of the focal point of that trauma was the invasion and
not being orphaned.
Yeah, not presumably being orphaned. Or, I mean, that's part of it.
Sure.
But they only ever focused on what happened to her as a girl. And he said that like 3 times, like too many. He said it too many times.
Yeah.
And I was just sort of like, you keep specifying that it happened when she was a girl, as if somehow that, like
it should be long enough ago or something.
Yeah,
Every time he said it, he
qualifies.
was using it to like diminish her present feelings. Yeah.
Very, very strange. And he also was like weirdly controlling, which the show did earn because of his plan. Apparently, if he has one thing, it is a plan.
It's a plan. Boy, howdy. This is like if Schmidt took a less charismatic turn somewhere.
Because,
and like these two, this role actually, honest to God, this role paired with his role in Promising Young Woman, I am like primed and ready for an all-out Max Greenfield villain role in something. Like a hard villain. Sociopath villain. Let's do it.
And like I said, it doesn't hold up to like a scrutiny because you would think that, well, I guess he didn't have confirmation about the Mr. Hendricks part until it was already too late. Because I was going to say, if he has the skeleton in his closet, he needs to be more concerned about, but he didn't really get confirmation about that until it was too late.
Well, I sort of feel like he's the type of guy where he's like, if I don't believe in it, it can't happen to me. So it's like sort of like because Jaleesa believes in it, maybe it's just happening to her.
But to that point, this has to be happening everywhere, constantly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how many Ring Aura camera owners have murder or everybody's got. It's not murder. It's unfinished business.
Unfinished business. Yeah.
He was trying to apologize to her for scaring her, which, if one thing is true for him, it is that he stays scaring her. Yes. That apology was much warranted.
I feel like we watched something not super recently, but it was something sort of similar to this, where it basically was like one person was like trying desperately to like reach another person, but they were doing it in like the most terrifying, off the wall ways. And it's just like this, where it's like
the Apple Plus,
was it
Tiffany Haddish and
yes,
what was it called? After party,
yeah.
Where he was chasing after Alana Glazer.
Yeah. And it's so funny because he just is like, let me in, you have to let me in. And it's like, how about you just be like, I need to apologize.
He was asking her to come into the tune of Daisy Daisy, which
if I learned anything from anything, but especially American Horror Story, if there's a kitschy song from the 1950s playing anywhere, absolutely not.
So yeah, we're doing a terrible job actually chronicling this, but they move to the suburbs because she doesn't feel safe, and they have a strict budget. He's getting a promotion, and she's opening like a jewelry Etsy shop or something. And like I said, they do establish the plan because the aura wasn't in the budget. It was $200, which, I mean, that's a lot of money, and also, I'm not gonna diagram that.
No, but it is sort of like, I don't know. It kind of is.
How much did this house cost? With all of the security,
$500,000 easy. How much jewelry is this costing? Those earrings she was making were beautiful.
And so she keeps seeing creepy visitors at the door. There was this whole weird raccoon subplot that went. Oh no, actually, so it does hold up to some scrutiny because
it like
it's a little too
together
quick to kill things that are in the way.
That's fair.
Be it vermin or fiancés.
Pregnant fiancés. So this is one of the places where it caught me off guard the first time, because I thought this was going to be about like our reliance on technology, like human reliance on technology. I am always giving the show more credit than it deserves.
You're trying to watch Black Mirror.
I'm trying to watch Black Mirror. So that's what I thought it was going to be. And then we get this first twist, and I was like, oh, maybe like a Stepford thing where everyone is going to be gaslighting her until she just like lays down and accepts it, kind of. And then also, no, it's not that either. It's just kind of like a haunting, but with technology.
Because fast forwarding to after his fiance, so his pregnant fiance that was hit by the drunk driver.
Yeah.
And probably would have succumbed.
100%. For sure the baby wasn't gonna live. Yes. He finished the job. He murdered her. He put his foot on her neck while she was saying, "Please help me. What are you doing?" And then he stomped down.
But in this nightmare reality, your life continues in the afterlife because she was holding a ghost baby.
Yeah, and she was not visibly pregnant, or it wouldn't have come as such a shock to him.
So she carried and birthed this baby in the afterlife.
That's the worst version of Afterlife I can think of.
And also, she wasn't the primary ghost. Mr. Hendricks was the primary ghost. So in the ghost hierarchy of things, his apology for scaring her in high school was more important than the bloody revenge.
Well, he didn't have bloody revenge.
No, I know, her bloody revenge. She waited her turn.
Okay, look, Will, when you're dealing with the quantum realm, what you have to realize is that whoever gets there first, there's a queue. So
there's a queue, there is.
You have to wait. Jaleesa is more open. That's not her name. What was it? It was something.
Jocelyn.
She's more open to the whole thing, so she obviously needs it first.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
I'm talking out my ass. I have no idea.
We're making it. No, it checks, though. It's getting more solid. The episode, the foundation is really settling.
Perfect. Then you're welcome. You're welcome, Ryan Murphy.
So he's killed by his ex, and he gets Avenger Infinity Ward.
Because so did Mr. Hendricks once, because she was like, "No, like you don't need to apologize. My friends and I were really mean to you. Like, what if we forgive each other? Like, I'm sorry too. What if we forgive each other?" And then he like turns to dust. And then the same thing happens when the pregnant fiance like gets her vengeance.
What did she do? Just ooga booga?
Quantum magic.
Okay, quantum. right.
Just let it happen.
Michelle Pfeiffer was there. It was this whole big thing.
It was great. It was perfect.
So she moves into an apartment complex where the landlord or whatever, the
I think.
There you go. Yeah. Superintendent has installed these auras.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Every apartment, which for insurance
again, it hangs together.
It really, I'm talking myself into it the longer we go, and so Bryce is there haunting her. Why?
This is where it all falls apart for me, because they
don't know when to stop when they're ahead.
100%. He has no reason to be seeking revenge on her because she didn't do anything wrong. He got his cosmic just desserts. He deserves what happened to him. And so she doesn't deserve to then be haunted by him.
His plan, but
he murdered a pregnant woman.
Every episode of this show starts, and I'm like, I don't know if I can watch an hour of this. And for the most part,
we watch whole entire seasons of it.
I think it was Louis Vertel. It might have been Jacob Clifton. I don't remember, but he was like, I think it was Louis. He was like, it might have been Glenn Weldon. It was the snarky gay on Twitter. Was like, I would respect American Horror Stories more if it was called what it is, which is Goosebumps for urban gay teens.
For sure.
Or rural gay teens. Or like
either way, urban gay teens can dig it too. It just is like...
I think they're too sophisticated.
That could be. You might be right.
It was silly. It genuinely scared me a couple times. I mean, the home invasion concept alone.
Oh, for sure.
And you know what? I want to give them major props for doing an entire episode about home invasion that doesn't involve home invasion. I mean, I guess
it's not actually about that.
But yeah, no, it's not actually about that at all.
Yeah.
So, thumbs up.
No, I had a great time watching it, so I'm not mad.
It was great. So we're 2 for 2 with season 2 of American Horror Stories. So let's see where this train brings us.